Hello, everybody. Let me just start off with saying that I have never been particularly self-conscious about my height, but I came across a video that showed these things called elevator shoes, and they promise to make you 2 to 6 inches taller depending on the model that you get. And while I've never been particularly self-conscious about my height because I'm around 5'9", 5'10", I thought, what guy wouldn't want to grow an extra couple inches? You know what I'm talking about. So this is a video not about the shoes and not about the quality and the make and the designer and the website. This is a 1 week dive in to my experiences growing 4 inches in 1 week. Let's start with the unboxing. Open her up. So you're gonna have these little advertisements. Here's a thank you. Every shoe comes with a shoehorn. So just those little extra details. I know this is not a review of the shoes or the company or anything, but I thought that was really cool. And then inside, what do these guys look like? They're all padded up. All padded up. You gotta take them out. I mean, look at that. So, I believe these are all like the leather ones and the suede ones. I believe these are all like legit leather. This is a suede single monk strap, which is just so cool. It's got a leather and a wooden sole. Adjustable monk strap, obviously got the stuff in the shoe, But as you can see, you look in there, I think there's some silica in here, some silica packets. But you see when you look in here, it's a very high heel. This is right here, this entire shoe is the length of my middle finger, and then when you put it in, it's only about 1.5 inches. So that means that this right here is all heel. And the way this thing goes down is it's angled like this. So it really is, in every form and fashion, a high heel. So let's get the other one out. I just really like this attention to detail. Maybe I should have done a video reviewing the quality of this, because honestly, it's pretty good. And here's the other one. The silica pack still sliding around there. So super cool. I love the smell of the suede and the leather. You can see, beautiful. I mean, it really is. It's really beautiful. It's really nice. These inserts are also removable. So every shoe comes with actual no incline, no elevator shoe. So if you wanted to just enjoy the shoe and not have any kind of an incline, you got these that you could put in. On the other side, you also have these. This is an offering that they have as well. this is a non-padded. They do have them in memory foam, but this is a non-padded 1.5" riser that you can put in any of your shoes, including these ones, and make them a little taller. But you can put this in any shoe that you have and cut it to size. So you can see there at the top, see these little numbers. So if it's a 10, you round out at the 10, 11, you round out at the 11. So I prefer to have the padded ones just because this is not overly comfortable. It really isn't. I'm not going to lie about that. So I got, because I'm a spendthrift, I also got 2 others to test out. I got this one. This is a 2.8 rise wingtip, Western style. Really nice, really gorgeous, and a big fan of it. And the leather on the bottom, or the rubber, which has worn off a little bit more now, but it stuck to everything and kind of made things uncomfortable. But we've moved past that at this point. And then the next one, I got this Chukka. This is a 3-inch rise. And ultimately got more compliments with this one than any other shoe. And it's easy to see why. It has this kind of striation. Just super, super nice. I liked all of them. I honestly couldn't give you my favorite, but really, really nice. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the look of these shoes. I'm either in a suit, a tuxedo, or a 3-piece every single day. So I wanted something that was a little dressy. I couldn't wear military boots. So I went and I got those 3 models of dress shoes. And let me tell you, they look sharp. You cannot tell that this is an elevator shoe, which, by the way, it shouldn't really matter. I don't know why it's stigmatized. Women wear high heels every single day, but men can't wear. I digress. So the look is sharp. You can't tell that these things are anything other than regular shoes, and they look crisp, clean. They're made with real leather, and they are awesome. I really like them, and that is the first thing right off the bat. They are suave. So the very first day that I wore these things, they were not comfortable, and you know what? They never really got comfortable. So whereas looks, I'd give them a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Comfort is gonna go all the way down to like 2 or 3 out of 10. They are literally a high heel. I mean, the shoe at the bottom is like this, and the heel is like this. And so when you put your foot in, it's not comfortable. When you are, it's the same pitfalls as women with high heels. If you are going down a incline, watch out. If you're walking up the stairs, watch out. It's very wavery, shaky. I will say one of my big concerns was maneuverability and comfort in driving, and I can safely say I drove with these things. There was no problem whatsoever. I wear a size 12 to 13, so maybe I'm just used to being a little uncomfortable with the shoes. But overall, like, the dress shoe laces sucked, but that's normal. Like, there's a fair amount of break-in period with these particular shoes, so that was fine. But overall, it's very, very uncomfortable, and they do make those insoles that are padded, and I think maybe that might help. But they're very stiff, and it was it was not comfortable at all. So I give that like a 2 out of 10, which is no reflection really negative about it. It just was not good, and it never will be. But I will say you do get used to it. Now, one particular thing that I was super, super interested in seeing what the impact was me. Obviously, you want to know if people are a little bit different with you, but I wanted to see if I was different, if I saw the world a little bit differently, and largely that answer is no. It doesn't matter how tall you are or how many inches you add artificially. Your view of the world has been shaped by however tall you are, and your view of the world has been in place for years and years and years, unless you're still growing. So when you put on these shoes, you still view the world as the same. The people that you see as tall, you still see as tall and taller than you, even if you're eye to eye to them now. So it's a little bit difficult to change that perception, but I will say you do get used to it very, very quickly. Easy to get things on the top shelf, easy to go through in grocery store shopping, but it also gives you a fair amount of appreciation for people who are taller, because as a rule, people typically make things for people who are average height. So 5'8", if you're above that because of these shoes, you have all the same problems. The desks, I noticed, were way too low. Now I had to crouch. Getting into a car was terrible. All of these things that tall people have to deal with that you just don't know until you do it, I had to deal with as well. However, I will say there is this thing that now that I can put on a shoe and easily get to 6'1", 6'2", those are the only shoes that I wear. And you honestly don't want to go back down. So from a psychological standpoint, did it give me more confidence? I guess so, because now I don't want to take them off. Now I want to actually wear them 100% of the time and forget about my other shoes, which is fine, because as big of a clothing collection I do not have a shoe collection, so that's fine. I needed new shoes. But how did they change me? They changed everything about me, because now I feel like if I just go back to 5'9" or 5'10", then now I'm the short guy. So it did not change me necessarily in being more confident, but going back to my actual height makes me now feel self-conscious. So I guess a negative overall. The main question I think everyone wants to know is, do people treat you different, and do people notice? So like I said, the look of it, you can't tell that these things are elevator shoes, but certainly if you grew 3 or 4 inches overnight, people would know, right? The people who buy these shoes I've seen vary. One individual bought them, because they're self-conscious about their height. Another individual likes their height, but they were cast in a play where their supporting actor, a woman, is much taller than him. So there's a lot of reasons why people buy them. I really wanted to see if people would treat me differently based on me being taller. So the very first day that I put them on, I was super self-conscious, because I said people are going to notice. They're going to say, what are you doing? They're going to know something's up. I went into my meeting with 20, 30 people that have known me for well over a year. Not a single one of them noticed. Not a single one of them said anything about it. And I just couldn't believe that. I'm 3.5 inches taller. That's not a small margin. And I was taller than them for the first time ever. Not a single person noticed. Said, okay. The next day, not a single person noticed. The next day, I saw my significant other for the first time in a while. She was on a trim, and she didn't even notice. Like, nobody noticed. noticed throughout day 1 through day 7, not a single person commented on me being taller. Now, I will say, every day I'm 5'10", and every day I wear a tie, a 3-piece, fedora, overcoat. There are other more defining characteristics of my dress than my shoes and my height. I stand out a little bit more than if I was wearing a t-shirt and jeans. But as a whole, this is what I've collected. If you are short and all of a sudden you're tall, that's one thing, and I think people would notice. But if you are 5'9", 5'10", and you're either taller than most people, or you're right there, and you get taller, nobody notices, because they already think that you're tall, or they think that you're average, or whatever. If you were short, getting taller, I think people would notice. If you were tall, getting taller, nobody noticed. Not a single person. 7 days, over 100 people, not a single one of them noticed. And if they would have noticed, and it became apparent to them, they would have said something. It's not like they were afraid or they never would have. No, they would have. So as a whole, if that's why you're getting them, or if you're afraid that people are going to call you out on it, not a single person said anything to me about it. But if you're getting it because you want people to notice that you're taller, again, not a single person said anything about it. Friday or Thursday was the first day I wore it. Nothing. Friday, Saturday. Actually, Friday, again, I rocked them. Not a single thing. Saturday, Sunday. Wasn't until Monday that I got my first comment about them, and it was the Chukkas. And someone told me that they really liked them. They look great. And this person told me they liked them and wanted to know where I got them. But they were commenting on the fact they looked awesome, and they do. But I got 2 or 3 comments on how cool they looked, but never anything about, oh, I see that you look taller. Not a single person ever did that to me. As a whole, I did not notice anyone acting different with me whatsoever. And maybe I projected a little bit more confidence, and maybe that led to people giving me a little bit more respect. I don't know. As a whole, I can't tell you that there was a single difference, and the only thing that people commented on was the fact they liked the look of my shoes. So overall, what is the experience, and would I recommend them? Would I recommend them? 100%. I will say this, I was never self-conscious about my height, but after I started wearing the elevator shoes, I kind of became it. So I think there's some negatives, honestly, but they're phenomenal shoes. You get used to wearing them. They look great, and if they help your confidence, then that's wonderful. I truly cannot understand the stigma of, oh, you're a man and you're lying about your height. I don't understand why that's different from women wearing wedges or high heels. I really can't understand it. So men who are dating women that are tall and tell them that they can never wear high heels because then they'll be shorter, like, this is great for that. Men who are self-conscious, this is great for that. Men who just want that extra boost, I think is great for that. And I'm not I'm not sponsored or paid for this. I bought it with my own money. This is my actual opinion. I think that they're great. And other than the fact that now I'm a little self-conscious about my height, there was nothing but positives, and they look great. And honestly, if you want to go for it, go for it. I say more power to you. But that was my experience growing 4 inches in a week. I hope you enjoyed it.